What makes a bag luxury? Materials, craftsmanship, and status. Welcome to Luxify. We talk about fashion, luxury, and basically all the best things life has to offer. Welcome to our video about what makes a bag luxury. Materials, craftsmanship, and status. Today we're diving into one of the most frequently asked, yet most misunderstood questions in fashion. What actually makes a bag luxury? Is it the price tag, the logo, the leather, or something more elusive, something that lives between craft, heritage, and perception? In this video, we'll break down what separates a truly luxurious handbag from everything else. We'll explore materials, craftsmanship, branding, scarcity, and the emotional power of status, with examples from the world's most iconic fashion houses. So whether you're eyeing your first designer purchase or just want to understand what's behind the price, this is your ultimate guide. So, without further ado, here is what makes a bag luxury. If you are new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe. It starts with materials, but not just any leather. The foundation of every luxury handbag is its material, and while many bags are technically made of leather, in luxury, the type and grade of leather matters immensely. Luxury brands source only top-grain or full-grain hides, which retain the natural texture and strength of the skin. These leathers age beautifully, developing a patina over time that enhances rather than deteriorates their appearance. Take Hermes, for example. Their leathers are so specific, they're practically a language of their own. Togo leather is known for its scratch resistance and pebble texture. Epsom is embossed and lightweight, holding shape beautifully. Box calf is ultra smooth and polished, but requires careful handling. Then we have exotics: crocodile, alligator, lizard, and ostrich. These skins are prized for their rarity, pattern, and difficulty to work with. And they're not just expensive, they're regulated, requiring strict compliance with CITES, Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species. Even the hardware is next level: gold-plated or palladium-coated clasps, hand-polished zippers, and screws that match the finish of the bag perfectly. And let's not forget the lining: suede interiors, silk twill, or perfectly color-matched calfskin that you'll barely see, but that completes the tactile experience. Luxury materials don't just look good, they feel like an experience before you've even put anything inside the bag. Craftsmanship, the art you can't rush. Even the best leather means nothing without the right hands to shape it. In the world of luxury, craftsmanship is the invisible signature on every stitch, seam, and edge. These bags are not churned out on conveyor belts. They're built piece by piece by artisans who train for years before touching an iconic model. At Hermes, each Birkin and Kelly is made start to finish by a single artisan. Every seam is saddle-stitched by hand using 2 needles and waxed linen thread, a method that's stronger than machine stitching and virtually impossible to replicate. At Chanel, the quilting is perfectly puffed, the stitching count is exact, often 10 or 11 per inch, and the logo clasp aligns flawlessly with the flap, details that fake bags consistently get wrong. Brands like Loewe and Valextra go even further, hand-painting and burnishing the edges of each bag with multiple coats, allowing for micro-precision finishes. This level of craftsmanship can't be rushed. It often takes 15 to 30 hours to complete a single luxury bag, and the result is something that feels more like an heirloom than an accessory. Country of origin, prestige, or marketing. Let's talk about the label, Made in Italy or Made in France. It sounds luxurious, but what does it really mean? In many cases, it reflects centuries of artisanal tradition, small workshops in Tuscany, generations of leather workers in France, and tight quality control from European houses. But in today's globalized market, not every luxury brand sticks to that standard. Brands like Prada and Coach often produce parts of their lines in Vietnam, Spain, or China, and yet still maintain a level of quality through strict in-house control and final inspection in Italy. What really matters isn't just where it's made, but how it's made and by whom. Some of the most reliable production today happens in Portugal, Turkey, and Spain, especially when overseen by the brand's own team. A Made in Italy stamp alone doesn't guarantee luxury, but when it's backed by expertise, heritage, and standards, it certainly helps tell the right story. Branding, status, story, and symbolism. Now let's get into the heart of luxury, branding. Yes, materials and craftsmanship matter, but branding is what transforms a handbag into a cultural symbol, a piece of history you can carry on your arm. Think about it. The Chanel 2.55 isn't just a flat bag. It's a story of post-war liberation. The Birkin isn't just rare, it's named after an icon and produced in limited quantities. The Lady Dior became legendary after Princess Diana carried it in 1995, and it hasn't left the spotlight since. Luxury brands invest millions, sometimes billions, in their image, storytelling, and exclusivity. When you buy a luxury bag, you're not just paying for quality, you're buying heritage, identity, and emotional prestige. A Chanel bag says something different than a Gucci or a Celine, and people choose brands that reflect who they are or who they want to become. In other words, you're not just carrying a logo, you're carrying a narrative. If you're enjoying this video so far, please subscribe to my channel so we can continue to bring you the best content about fashion and luxury living. Scarcity, luxury's oldest trick. If you've ever tried to walk into Hermes and buy a Birkin, you already know you can't. Because scarcity is luxury's favorite marketing tool. It's simple psychology. When something's harder to get, we want it more. And in luxury, this translates into wait lists, exclusives, and limited releases that create demand through controlled access. Brands like Hermes, Chanel, and even newer houses like The Row master this game. They don't flood the market, they withhold, and in doing so, they make every bag feel like a reward. This isn't about mass production, it's about perceived rarity and the belief that you're part of a select group of people with access to something others can't get. That's the true currency of status. The psychology of luxury, confidence and belonging. Now let's go even deeper, because luxury isn't just about external symbols, it's about how it makes you feel. Studies in psychology and sociology have shown that carrying luxury items can increase self-esteem, social confidence, and even perceived authority. That doesn't mean everyone who buys a luxury bag is chasing validation. Often it's the opposite. People invest in these pieces because they've reached a point in their lives where they want to carry less but better, where they're choosing pieces that align with their identity, values, and goals. A luxury bag can be a symbol of independence, celebration, or ambition. It can also be emotional, a gift, a milestone, a reward to oneself. And that feeling? You can't put a price on it. Luxury versus premium, a clear line. Let's clear up one more thing. Expensive does not equal luxury. There's a big difference between premium and luxury. Premium brands like Coach, Tory Burch, or Marc Jacobs make stylish, well-made bags, often using real leather and decent construction. They're accessible, trendy, and great for everyday use. Luxury brands like Hermes, Chanel, Dior, or Bottega Veneta go beyond just good materials. They offer exceptional craftsmanship, exclusive distribution, brand mythology, and the kind of emotional storytelling that you simply can't mass produce. Luxury isn't about having a logo, it's about having a legacy. So, what makes a handbag luxury? It's the alchemy of materials, craft, scarcity, heritage, and emotion. woven together into something that feels timeless and transformative. When you buy a luxury bag, you're not just buying an accessory, you're investing in beauty, meaning, and mastery. But at the end of the day, what matters most is what a handbag means to you, how it makes you feel. Only you can say if a luxury bag is worth buying or not. Let us know in the comments below which one was your favorite. Comment below which brands you would like to know more about. And make sure to check out my video about the 10 emerging IT bags for 2025. Thank you for spending some time with us, and make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a video. In return, we'll provide you the best content about fashion, travel, and luxury living. See you soon!